These 5 figures show how bad the US COVID-19 surge is. But experts say we can turn things around. If America doesn't vaccinate a large enough number of its population to help crush this outbreak, the surge could become the country's worst yet, some experts warn. But we don't have to get there. Health officials say the key to quickly turning things around is getting more shots into arms. Here's where we are now. Average cases have increased 9-fold since early July. The last time average daily cases topped 100,000 was February 11th. Average daily cases have seen a 9-fold increase since early July. Most of the cases are coming from areas with low vaccination rates, White House COVID-19 response coordinator Jeff Zients said in a COVID-19 briefing on Monday. A third of all U.S. cases in the previous week came from Florida and Texas, he said. Surges have been particularly steep across the South, including in Florida and Louisiana, where Walensky said Thursday there have been exponential rises in cases that don't look like they've reached their peak just yet. Hospitalizations are highest since February. More than 66,000 Americans were hospitalized with COVID-19 across the country as of late Saturday, according to data from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. America's COVID-19 hospitalizations haven't been this high since February. Today we find ourselves retracing our steps towards the edge of the cliff. It is very conceivable that we could once again be heading toward a public health catastrophe, Harris County, Texas, Judge Lina Hidalgo said in a news conference on Thursday. In that conference, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner announced the Texas Medical Center campus in Houston had admitted more than 300 COVID-19 patients in a day. Florida, which leads the nation in the number of adults and children hospitalized for COVID-19, had 12,373 adults and 143 children hospitalized Thursday, according to CDC data. Data published Friday by the Florida Department of Health showed the state reported a record 134,506 new COVID-19 cases over the past week, for an average of 19,215 cases each day.
The previous record high was on January 8, with 125,937 total cases reported over 7 days, for an average of 17,991 cases each day, according to data from Johns Hopkins. Last week, Arkansas reported a record low of 25 ICU beds available across the state. In Mississippi, health officials said Wednesday only 6 ICU beds were available. Child and teen COVID-19 cases jumped 84% in a week. The way you stop that is you get as many people vaccinated, he added. The more you can vaccinate, you can actually slow transmission. Leaders across the country are taking different steps to help protect America's youngest. Utah Gov. Spencer Cox said the state will give away KN95 masks to children, and Arkansas Gov. Asa Hutchinson called a special session of the Arkansas legislature to amend a law passed to end mandatory face covering requirements. He said he regretted signing the bill, adding that local school districts should have the flexibility to add protection for children under 12 who cannot be vaccinated. On Friday, an Arkansas judge temporarily blocked the enforcement of that law. Delta variant accounts for 93% of U.S. COVID-19 cases. Behind the country's latest surge is the Delta variant, which now accounts for more than 93% of coronavirus circulating in the U.S., according to data from the CDC. This includes several sublineages of Delta, all of which are classified as variants of concern. The number is even higher in parts of the country, including Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, and Nebraska, where Delta accounts for more than 98% of circulating virus. Those numbers show a rapid increase in the variant's prevalence across the U.S. In late May, the CDC estimated that Delta made up about 3% of new COVID-19 cases. An internal document from the CDC last month said the variant appears to cause more severe illness and is about as transmissible as chickenpox. Officials across the country have said the Delta variant is fueling their case increases. Mississippi Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs said Thursday the state has seen a phenomenal increase in daily cases that's entirely attributable to the Delta variant, which is sweeping over Mississippi like a tsunami. Roughly 97% of new cases are among unvaccinated people, Dobbs said.
We're seeing the unvaccinated in our population driving the current surge. We're seeing about 89% of our hospitalizations and 85% of our deaths are unvaccinated. Most Americans live in substantial or high COVID-19 spread areas. More than 97% of Americans live in areas with substantial or high COVID-19 transmission, according to CDC data. The agency said late last month that even fully vaccinated people who live in those areas should wear masks indoors to prevent further spread of the Delta variant. CDC guidance for unvaccinated people remains that they should continue masking up until they are fully vaccinated. The substantial and high terms are part of the CDC system that measures the level of community transmission in a county based on two metrics: new COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people and the positivity rate. Experts say knowing how much virus is circulating in a community can help residents understand the kind of risk they're taking when choosing whether to mask up or not. The good news: and seeing some of the sharpest vaccination increases are several southern states, which have for months seen pure vaccine progress and heavy vaccine hesitancy. At the end of July, Alabama's average of new doses administered was more than double what it was 3 weeks before. Louisiana saw daily vaccination rates jump 111% in the same time frame, while in Missouri daily average vaccinations climbed by 87%. Roughly 58.5% of the U.S. population has received at least one COVID-19 vaccine dose and roughly 50.1% is fully vaccinated, CDC data shows. We know that what will stop the virus in its tracks and really is our only and best way out of the pandemic is to increase our vaccination rates, Wynn said. If we have a high enough level of immunity in the U.S., then we're able to stop this virus from wreaking the type of havoc that it is.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.